I want to welcome in Oliver Sloup. He's with Blue Line Futures in Chicago, and we'll talk about this market action that we're seeing here this morning. Boy, that was quite a whipsaw market open this morning, considering the quiet overnight trade that we had here. Oliver, let's take a look at this soybean trade here. What do you think is driving this anyway today?
Well, volatility has been the name of the game, and it hasn't been just this morning. Friday, obviously, we saw the volatility explode across the grain markets, corn, soybeans, and wheat, and you're seeing a little bit of follow-through on that volatility here in the early morning trade, and we wouldn't be surprised to see that continue in the very near term. We often say volatility invites more volatility into the markets. It creates a little bit of an irrational trading environment. It does make it difficult for traders and hedgers to make some rational decisions, so be sure to manage your risk appropriately. As far as the technical levels go for soybeans this week, 1350, 1340 area is kind of where we broke down on Friday. This is a kind of a pivot pocket is what we call it. A break and close above here kind of reignites that bullish momentum that we've seen over the past several weeks and could take us back towards that psychologically significant $14 handle. Failure to get out above that pivot pocket on a closing basis could spur a little bit of long liquidation. We know that the funds had been liquidating about 4 weeks straight. Last week, they were net sellers of about 13,000 contracts, still net long about 138,000 contracts. So a lot of technical levels to keep an eye on this week, and money flow, I think, is going to be the name of the game, not just for soybeans, but also in markets like corn as well.
You know, we were talking about the weather and its impact here in the plains with that wintry weather and a lot of inclement weather, heavy rains, et cetera, moving through the central Midwest, right along that Ohio River Valley. I would imagine that that's really going to slow down much in the way of grain movement here, at least for a few days.
Yeah, it certainly could, and I think the market is kind of starting to price that in a little bit, but I will say that a lot of areas are very thankful to get moisture here. They've been pretty dry over the past several months, so it's welcome for some, throws a little bit of a wrench in things near term, but I think on an extended time frame, I think people are happy to see some moisture.